Here are all the things I meal prep to make my life a little bit easier as a family of 4. This summer, my husband and I have been craving burrito tacos, so I finally got these easy bombs and I figured let me try to make it at home. Now, I first cooked my chuck roast on the stove just to give it that nice pretty crust. Then I added my water, my burrito bomb, onion, and garlic, and then I put the chuck roast in the water and made sure it was fully covered. Now, it is officially cinnamon roll season in my house, so we're making some blueberry cinnamon rolls today. Every time I pull out my mixer, my little helpers come stomping around trying to see how they can help mommy, and I just love it. Now, this recipe, I love to take my time with it because I want to make sure that I make a nice fluffy dough because no one wants a hard cinnamon roll. Then I started by making my homemade blueberry jam. This recipe is so simple. It's just blueberries, sugar, lemon juice, and cinnamon. When I'm not making cinnamon rolls, I love to have this also on toast or biscuit. While the jam is cooling down, I'm going to start on my bacon, and I love the Signature Select brand. It has a really good calorie to protein ratio, and every time I bake it in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes, it comes out perfect every time. Now moving on to my next meal, which is just some salmon. So I pulled off the skin because we don't like the skin in this house. I seasoned it up really well and then throw it right on top of the stove, and it was done in about 10 minutes. Now when I choose to bake or make meals that take an extended period of time, I always have to throw in a quick meal in there just so things can really balance out. And now back to these cinnamon rolls, and I actually did make 2 batches because I am taking a batch to my parents' house for dessert tonight. So I'm rolling out my dough. It is so fluffy. It is so perfect. I'm going to spray some butter, some cinnamon, and some nutmeg. Then I'm going to add my blueberry jam and some vanilla bean. Now, I waited till my blueberry jam was fully cool so it can be kind of stiff so I can control it when it's spreading. If it's too warm, it'll be too loose and it'll be running all over the counter. Now I'm going to roll it up nice and tight and use some baker's twine to cut it into 12 almost even cinnamon rolls. While I let that rise for an hour, I'm going to check on my chuck roast that has been cooking for about 5 hours, and it just broke right apart as soon as I tried to pick it up, and I ended up making some burrito tacos for Sunday dinner. Now I'm finally taking my cinnamon rolls out of the oven, and they came out perfect. I'm only putting my homemade cream cheese icing on the ones I'm taking to my parents' house. The other ones, I'll ice them as we eat them throughout the week. And that is all I meal prep to make my life a little bit easier as a family of 4.